All right, everybody, so I've been holding out on these for a little while. These are the BX Built RGB corners. They actually just came out with some different ones that have vertical LEDs. These are horizontal LEDs, but I like these because, like I said, they're RGB, so they'll do all the colors. The other ones are just switchback corners. Get right to it. To me, this box is a little bit small. I ain't hating on BX Built. I just feel like they could have gotten a little bit bigger box because when I got it, I'll show you a picture, but you can see that the one mount, which this is kind of a mount, that pin there, but the one screw mount that you have to the vehicle is this weirdly shaped tab on here, but that tab was broken off when I got it. Now, as far as BX Built goes, they did immediately get back in touch with me when I emailed them, and in my opinion, I feel like they should have just sent me out another set and then had me send these back and they could figure it out. But basically, they told me it was going to have to be something like a 14-day type deal for UPS to deal with a claim. And honestly, I got a little bit impatient and I said, screw it, and I figured I'd try to fix it. So we're going to try to put these in there today. I used this glue that my buddy Mike had, and it seems to be pretty strong. It's not like this is under some high torque type of thing, but I don't know if it's going to hold or not. I mean, it's going to be a little floppy if that top mount doesn't work, so we'll see. But as far as what you get, it does come with its own Bluetooth controller, and this is what gives you that startup sequence that these come with. And then I haven't hooked it up, so I don't specifically know, but I assume it's, kind of works like the halos do on the headlights. You can select the colors or whatever. Well, I was screwing around with this last weekend, and I was like, I've got already a Bluetooth controller in there that's for the headlights. Let me just flip this around so I can talk to y'all like this. I was like, well, let me just try it with the Bluetooth controller I have, because if you get the headlights, it's got 4 outputs on it. So I went on ahead and just plugged one up to the output of my headlight Bluetooth controller, and it did work just fine. So it doesn't have that fancy startup sequence, but to be honest, to not have to run another Bluetooth controller just for that is not really worth it to me when I've got 2 outputs on that other controller that aren't really doing anything. If you don't already have headlights or you want to use the Bluetooth controller that it comes with, basically all you need to do is just use a fuse tap in your fuse box there. Use your tail light one because you want to be able to cut them on and off with your parking lights, and then run that power wire to the Bluetooth controller, and then just ground the Bluetooth controller to a body bolt or whatever you want to do there, and that'd be fine. We'll go ahead and take the old ones out and run the wires that I need to bring Bluetooth controller over to the other side, and we'll go from there. So y'all check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this passenger side one out first, just because I'm curious before I start tearing all this mess apart if this thing's even going to hold. So we're going to see. You just got this one screw here. Don't try to film while you do this because you'll most likely drop it. Slide her on out. It pops out just like that. And then you'll have your headlight bulb connector back here. You can just disconnect that. Now on these new ones, they put a blank plug in here just basically to weather seal it. But you're not going to plug that up. You just leave that blank like that and just tuck this back in the back that way. Alright, this was broken. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I don't know, man. Kind of hard to see, but those little black plugs right there, those are the outputs coming off that Bluetooth controller, so you're just going to plug into those. All right, this is our plug coming off the light. I'm just going to run this through this hole here. Feel that, so we're good. There we go. Lots of stuff fit there. We all got to be real here. None of this stuff is ever going to fit as good as Toyota stuff does, but it takes a little bit of working sometimes. Hopefully, pretty good. I'll give it a 7. Let's plug this bad boy up. That one's in there. Let's see. That works. It definitely matches. That's cool. Pretty simple though. Now we just got to run the wires over to the passenger side. All right, so like I said, I was going to use the same Bluetooth controller. Well, obviously I don't have any more cables. So you can get this off of Amazon, which is probably where they get it from. But they're just 3-wire connectors, male to female. We're going to test it before I route it first, make sure it works. So I'm not going to lie, it's not great. But I think it'll be all right. All right, let's hope it works. Is she on? Nice. That's pretty dang bright. There's no doubt about that. So now I'm gonna route this wire. The way I typically route wires when I'm trying to run them up from one side to the other is I use this channel here. So I probably got 3 or 4 wires running through here, as you can see by my old trusty zip ties. So when I go do this, I'll just start the wire from over here where my connector is, come down this, and then I'll just clip one zip tie at a time, run it through, put another zip tie. We're gonna have some slack. I'm gonna put the slack down at this end because I got more room. There's red. It's kind of a cool one. Teal, I guess. Looks pretty good. I'll show you what they look like with the headlights on. You kind of lose the halos a little bit with the lights on. That's how they look with the lights on. I think they're pretty cool. I like them. So you got all different kind of flash modes. You can change the speed and all that kind of good stuff. I don't really do that too often, but it's cool to have the option. So this is where the I'm sure having the separate controller for the corners would be better. I mean, you can tell it's kind of don't really know what it's got going on. For solid colors, which is what I want it for though, I think it works cool. So if you want to dial in the corners a little more separately, then I would say, you know, use the controller they gave you. It's not difficult to hook it up, just more time. And like I said, wasn't necessary for me, but that is an option. So that's the RGB corner lights from BX Built. Hope y'all enjoyed it. See y'all in the next one. Thanks.